Well, I guess it has become time that I do something like this. This is more of an improvisational type of thing. I was just doing a little crash course that I downloaded about just making music, and while I was doing it, I connected different things to it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's more of a, like, imagine you're playing baseball, and while you're playing baseball, you find something out about baking. It's kind of a bad example if I say it like this. Let me explain to you what I mean with music. Basically, the crash course is like a step-by-step course about what is harmony, what is melody, what is rhythm, what is texture, what is structure, all of that. And as I'm going through this crash course, I notice he's talking about the chords first. If you don't know, a chord is like multiple notes that sound well together. You should probably know this if you're listening to this, but anyway. And then how the correlation between the melody and the chord works. So if the chord doesn't fit, or better said, if the notes of the melody don't fit the chord, it just won't sound as good. And it's complementary if you have the same chords in the melody, the same notes in the melody than the chords. And I just wrote some of my little down because I realized something. Like, it reminds me of a tree, more like a seed. It's very simple. Like, I started with the simple idea, just a C, E, A chord, and I realized in music everything is relative. Like, you have the C, and then you have an octave above is the other C, and you could play from C to E, and the interval, the tension between C and E is relative. Like, you can change that from, I don't know, let's see, if C and E is here, like, I'd say you could change it to D to F. The intervals is the same. It's basically the same thing, just relatively moved up a step. And I realized, like, if you have a simple C, E, A, there is, to each note, there's a certain thing connected to it. There's like always, like, to C, what is connected to C? If you go to C, E is connected to C, A is connected to C, and B is also connected to C through the major scale. And the same thing goes with E and A. Each one has a certain connection to another. And if you see from that, like, imagine a seed that is connected to everything. And from that simpleness, like, in the simple little things, it contains it all. I wrote a little bit something that was just like one sentence to like get my head around it, because it was like this revelation that I just got. It's like, the simple contains it all, like branches on the tree, that everything is connected. So you might just have like one note. In that one note, you have infinite possibilities. You have everything, because like I said, everything is connected, which brings me to like yin and yang, the macrocosm and the microcosm, like big things and small things, and the interconnectedness of it all. And I just found that really, really beautiful, that you can find that in music, you can find that wherever you go, in geometry. That's why I love the flower of life, because it's really like you build off of one circle and then you have more circles, and out of the seed of life, you can make the fruit and the flower and all of these different geometrical patterns. What was my point? My point was, I think it's beautiful. It's a very, very good metaphor for everything in life, and I feel like you can find such things in everyday life things. Like, I found, I was aware of that, like the macrocosm, the microcosm, like everything that's big contains everything that's small, and everything that's small contains everything that's big. Like, you can see the blood vessels looking like the leaves on trees, and our eyes looking like galaxies and stuff like that. Like, that's all part of the yin and the yang, part of the all. And that was just like this little moment of realization that, yeah, everything is connected, we're all one. And I don't know why I just wanted to record this and put this up. Maybe I'm gonna do more of these random off the top heads revelations. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and I don't think it's going to be a second one, to be honest. Let's see.